Coaches, my name is George Coulthard, founder of the 92 Mesh Group, and I'd like to welcome you to the Total Air Raid System. The Total Air Raid System was designed in collaboration with a lot of people. I would be remiss if I couldn't thank them for everything that they've taught me over the years. First and foremost, I'd like to thank Coach Joe Salas, who taught me the basics of the air raid, exposed me to the community. He took me to my first Tony Franklin clinic, introduced me to Coach Mummy, and really introduced me to the brotherhood that I call the Squadron. Also like to thank Coach Shane Dular, who taught me a lot about the line play and also other concepts in the air raid, and they're both really good friends, and I really wouldn't be here doing this if it wasn't for those guys. Also like to thank Coach Mummy. Coach Mummy has taken me in and taught me a lot of things and introduced me to dozens of people and really encouraged me to grow as an air raid coach, and without him, none of us would really be doing the things that we're doing. And then lastly, just to you guys, fellow coaches, really want to thank you guys for supporting us and what we're doing in this project. The Total Air Raid System is designed to be a systematic approach for you to be able to install the air raid offense. I don't want to just talk to you during this course about why or how we do things, but also want to talk to you about the why. We developed this course over the years. I've been doing the air raid since 2011. I know there's a lot of you guys been doing it longer than that. But I just wanted to tell you what we've been doing in practice to make these things work. A lot of us go to clinics and we get playbooks and things like that, but we really don't understand why we're doing the things. So what we're going to do is we're going to take you through each one of these presentations. We're going to explain to you what the things are and then why we do them, and that's important. The thing about the air raid is it's very systematic. There's no wasted motion. There's no wasted time. It is what it is, and there's reasons why we do that. And then, hopefully by the end of the course, you will have a good foundation of the air raid and then be able to make it your own and help the offense grow. What are you going to get in the Total Air Raid System? Well, I'm going to lead you through each presentation with video conferencing so that you can understand what's going on. So it's more than just, slides that you got from some clinic. I'm going to talk you through those slides so you can remember the things that I said. There's different styles of learning. There's auditory learning, there's visual learning, there's learning by doing. And so, we're going to do that. We're going to show you chalk talks. I'll get on the board and walk you through the plays and different things like that. And then we'll show you some cut-ups when we have them. And then we'll also give you access to downloadable resources. We're going to print schedules for you. We're going to give you the practice schedule template. We're going to give you the install schedule when we put things in. We'll give you a copy of a playbook so that you can have it. Not that we really use one, but if you want to have it just to have and in your collection or give it to your players, then that'll be something that you'll also get. You'll also get membership in the Squadron. We're going to start a closed forum for people who are in the Total Air Raid System to get in and talk about concepts, similar to what we do in the Squadron meeting room, and really excited about that stuff. But I hope that you enjoy your journey through the Total Air Raid System, and let's not wait. Let's start right now with lecture number 1. What is the philosophy of the Total Air Raid System? The Total Air Raid System philosophy, to me, is based on 6 pillars. And so I'm going to take you through those 6 pillars. And like I said, a lot of this stuff is not just stuff that I've come up with, but it's stuff that I've heard from other people and adapted. But the biggest thing to me about the air raid is it's not just an offense. I believe it's an attitude. And that attitude starts with the idea that a small playbook can actually equal big results. You don't have to have 150 plays. We want to be a master of one, not a jack of all trades. We want to have something that we can hang our hat on. What is our identity? This is what we do. There's nothing more, scary than when you go play a team and that they're really, really good at doing this certain thing. And for us, the air raid is something that we want to be able to do. We want to be known to do it. It's not something that we're going to piecemeal. It's something that we really, truly believe in. And part of that is the basis of its simplicity. And if I'm going too slow or too fast, don't worry about that. You will be able to download the presentations also, so you'll have the slides as well as the videos of me going through the slides with you in your package. So you'll have those to be able to take, and if you want to change some things up and present them to your team, that's fine as well. The biggest quote that I like about the air raid is something that Hal Mummy says, and Joe Salas talks about this a lot. He's like, the repetition is the mother of learning. You have to do something over and over and over and over and over until you get really good at it. And that's the thing about the air raid. How we run our practices is what really sets us apart. There's no drills just to be doing drills. When I first became a head coach, we ran drills that we had always run because we'd always run them. I really didn't understand why we were doing certain drills as well as I probably should have. But everything in the air raid practice has a practical application and builds upon itself. I've talked before about having a progression in your drills and why you're doing things. The one thing I really love about the air raid is that it's very group oriented. There's not a lot of single people doing a lot of things. There's not a lot of standing around. If you've ever been to an air raid practice, you'll see that it's kind of like organized chaos. And that's really what you want, because our kids, they're in this instant gratification era where they have to be engaged constantly. And if you're not engaging them, you're going to lose them. And so that's why we always have them doing things. And the structure is such that they're used to doing things day to day to day to day to day. We concentrate on our everyday drills in the air raid. We understand and we really believe that details make champions. Little things, stands, alignment, having your inside foot back versus your outside foot back. All of these things are important, and you have to emphasize fundamentals. If you do not emphasize fundamentals, it does not matter what offense you're in, it's not going to work. Those things are important. It's like Vince Lombardi said, football will always be about blocking and tackling, always. And so, it's like this, I guess if you summed it up in one quote, it would be the Bruce Lee quote, who said he didn't fear a man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but he fears the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. And that's kind of where we are with the air raid. We want to get to that magic rep. The last three pillars really start off to the idea of having a balanced attack. People think that we just want to throw the ball all the way around the field all the time. We throw because we want to, not because we have to. But we want to be balanced. I've had 1,000-yard, 1,200-yard backs in the air raid. I've had 1,000-yard rushing quarterbacks. But, first and foremost, we're going to be box counters. If you give us a favorable box, we're going to run the football. And we're not afraid to run the football, but I'm also not going to run the football in a 9-man box because I have no other choice. We're going to be able to do that. We're going to attack all 53.3 yards of width of the field and try to get vertical down the field as well. But we're going to make the defense spread out and cover the entire field dimension. We're also having the fifth one would be the insertion schedule. We install our offense in 3 days. And then it's a rinse and repeat cycle. Now, there are people who do 4-day installs. I know Tony Franklin has a 10-day install, but ours is a 3-day install because it goes back to that small playbook installation of keeping things simple and then doing those things every day. Every practice has a focus, and I think that's very important. You have to have focus in your practices, and if you do not, I think you set yourself up for failure. And it's like Coach Mummy always quotes Don Henley of the Eagles, and he played the same music over and over and over for 30 years, and they're still wonderful. And you ask him why, and he said, listen, you have to have a great capacity for boredom. You have to be able to be bored. You have to be able to continue to do the same things over and over and over if you're going to be a successful coach. And so in the air raid, it's no different, but because it's a rinse and repeat idea, you're going to do those things and continue to do those things. And then the last piece is really, I think, what set the air raid off and made it kind of revolutionary was the idea that Mike Leach came up with when they were at Iowa Wesleyan, when he looked at Coach Mummy and decided that they should play with tempo. We're going to play with tempo. When you play fast, it's a great equalizer. It allows you to do things. But in order to do that, you have to have an efficient and simple means of communication. And so that's what we're hoping to get and to give you from this course in Lecture 1. We just wanted to outline those six pillars for you, kind of tell you how we feel about the offensive philosophy of the air raid. Now let's take a review.